Hello, not much happening here, but I finally put my hot water control board inside of a nice box. So this is my Niley heat pump water heater. It's external and piped water over to the hot water heater. So that element is spare for me to use, and I changed it to a 1500 watt 120 volt element, which matches the panels pretty well. So I got this power meter to see how much the heat pump water heater uses. This is old. This only has a COP of about 2, and well, it's so old that Niley asked to have it back. They have no recollection of this unit. It's old. But if you don't have a spare element, you can get these heating rods. This is a 1500 watt 120 volt, and it's 1/2 inch, and so you can do it 1/2 inch to 3/4. Pull out the little drain at the bottom of your tank and replace with that. You know, you can always unscrew it when you want to clean out the bottom. I mean, when was the last time you cleaned your tank out? Not very often. But this box, you know, it's plastic. It only cost me about 30 bucks. And I haven't put a power meter on it yet, because the one I have been using, I don't like that much. So this thing came with a temperature controller, and that temperature controller was supposed to operate this fan, but I repurposed it to turn on the heat pump water heater on and off. So you can see it's 113, but it is set to turn off at 109. So that extra increase in temperature is due to the solar panels. I don't have a very good solar location. I have trees on each side of me, and they only get the panels only get about 2 hours of sun, and the rest of the time the power is quite low on them. And they're only 220 watt panels, so I'm not going to get too much out of them. But the heating element is a good match for those at 1500 watt. And like I say, you can get one of these elements and just stick it down the bottom, and you can leave the tank totally isolated from the grid. But this little temperature controller, there's a tab on each side. I cut the tab off of one side so I could move it over. It just sort of sticks in there and doesn't move. It gave me enough room for the board. The board, I pulled out the voltage dropping resistors that usually power the board, because I'm using one of these. These are good up to 240 volts, and they work down to like 20 volts. These things are amazing. So I got one of those inside the Niley that supplies power, because I have to work the thermostat at night. But you know, this comes with 2 knockouts for glands. I cut another hole for my unibit. These are plastic wires, so I didn't worry about low voltage stuff on this. I just drilled a hole. But it looks pretty good. And I went to a 10-turn pot, so I have a lot of adjustment. But that's what I've been doing. Oh, I didn't tell you. This thing only lasted about 2 weeks. There's a reset button, so I can reset the power on it. Cheap junk from China. Nothing lasts too long, but who cares? I don't pay for it. But that's what I've been doing, and it works pretty good. Like I say, heat pump turned off at 109, and the rest of the temperature is from the sun. Saves me a little bit of money, but you know, something like this for a water heater, there's nothing you can do that will teach you more about solar than heating water. You know, if you can heat water, you've finally figured out solar. And something like this is a good backup emergency power system, because this will do something useful all the time. And if you ever do lose power, you know, you could just put a charge controller on this, and now you have something you can charge up your car battery or some other spare battery, maybe from a lawnmower, and you can run some of the basics in your house. So I think everyone should have supplemental hot water heating.